psychological challenges that Cus had to work with. So how he treated me and how he treated Mike was not uniform. Okay, it was unique in application, but in the end, it was still the pursuit of excellence and his pushing us to achieve that level of excellence. Well, I'll tell you a story, but you know, I only heard Cus, I think he said once, I think in my 4.5 years training under him, I think one time he ever said something direct to me about how good I was doing.
Wow.
And it was the same for Tyson. I mean, I'm riding in the car one time and Mike's hiding in the back seat and Cus in the front seat. He comes in the car and he's like, yo, where's that Mike at? I said, I think he's going to stay in town, Cus. And meantime, Mike's laying down in the back wheel well behind the front seat as I'm driving. And Mike's like, ask Cus if he thinks I'm a good fighter. So I said, so Cus, you think Mike's going to be a good fighter? Good fighter? What kind of ridiculous question is that? Mike at his age and his stage is leaps and bounds ahead of any fighter. He's not only better than them, he's better than most professional fighters. And Mike, and you go on and on and on. So then a little bit of silence, and Mike goes, ask Cus if he thinks I punch hard. I mean, of all questions to ask at this moment, right? Cus, do you think Mike punches hard? Punches hard. Let me tell you, not only does he punch hard, but he punches smart. When he punches smart and he punches effective, he's more dangerous of a fighter than any fighter that's alive today. Now, the funny part about it, okay, so we get to the house, and of course, Mike, sits up, and Cus is like, "Oh, you knew he was there," so he's mad at me. But I'm like, Cus, I didn't know he was there. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, oh, you knew. You've been a wise guy. But Cus didn't want Mike to have the praise. Cus wanted Mike to keep striving to impress him. Wow. So, and you kind of like, it's a fine balance. What's that breaking point where you can't take it, and maybe somebody needed some encouragement? Yes. But Cus never gave the encouragement. He pushed you and drove you to succeed from within. That you had to rise up yourself. It's like, no, I will do it. I'm going to prove that I'm good enough. That's going to satisfy the perfection Cus was looking for. Cus wasn't looking for mediocre or anything. It was the absolute perfection of excellence.